In the last session, in the last video, we looked into how to create a Golang application, and in the end, what we did, we pushed it into our GitHub repository. So let me just go through the repository here, and so this was a repository that we kind of created, and now in here we already have this GitHub Actions with us, right? This is action file, github.push.yaml. Now, next thing is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be configuring some Docker credentials in here. So, firstly, we're going to be pushing the Docker image that would be created by this Docker file that we have with us in here, and then this docker image would be pushed into our repository, into the docker repository, and then finally in the end we will log into our server, ssh server. We're going to be sshing our into our vps, and we'll be deploying that docker image as a docker container. So yeah, let's just begin. So firstly, what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be creating a docker token. So I would be logging into my docker account. So okay, so here you will have to go to your account settings. Then if you go to your security, you will have, I have already have three access tokens. So you have to click on new access token and just put demo git deploy or something or whatever it's generated. Now you have this token with you, with your, right. Obviously I'm going to be deleting this token after this video. So you have to copy this token, and we have to go to the settings in here, and now in the secrets you will go to the actions part, click on new repository secret, and then we will just create the secrets as per the keys that we have defined in here. So firstly would be your docker username. So my docker username is Shubham Dikshit 863 that I'm going to be creating. Similarly, I'm going to be creating another docker secret is docker hub token. Okay, that is the same token that we just created here, this one. So I'm going to be pasting it in here. Next thing is the repo name. So the repo name is obviously is this go github docker. So that I'm going to be just putting the name. So repo name would be go github docker. Okay, that's fine. uh, so our docker credentials are ready, right? So I think if we're going to be pushing this thing, pushing our code, so at least our image would be deployed to our uh, like docker hub, right? I just look into that. So for now I'm just going to be making a simple change in here. Let's see git status. I have any change. Yeah, fine. So what I'm going to be doing, just pushing it into my GitHub repo. So git commit m changes and git push hyphen origin master. So yeah, I'm just going to be pushing it in here, and let's just look into our actions. Um, so we have everything with us. I think the action should. Uh, uh, okay, so I have pushed the code, but why these actions are not showing up? Uh, So we have GitHub. Oh, my bad. It should be inside the push.yaml, right? So I think I have created it outside, so that's why it was not catching. So again, I have to do this. So git commit, um, move YAML to workflow folder and git push new origin. Okay, so now let's just see if that works for us. So we have GitHub workflows post.yaml, and if I go to actions, yeah, you see now that our actions had started. So if I just go through this, and yeah, so action is running. So our it is just creating the Docker image for us, and soon it would be deployed to our Docker hub. Okay, so let's just see into our repositories right now. So I don't have any repositories named Go GitHub Docker. So yeah, just look into these things. So it is running. So it is just building up the Docker image as of now. So now it is just doing its job. Okay, so downloading the packages. Pretty cool. Fine, fine. Now, mm, yeah, yeah, yeah. So it kind of worked. Now it is just pushing into the Docker. So Docker Hub. So it is telling pushed, and yes, I think now this command actually got failed, right? This executing remote SSH command using SSH key, because obviously we don't have the proper credentials with us right now. So yeah, obviously it has to fail. Now if I look here and if I refresh it, boom, we got the Go GitHub Docker image deployed to our Docker hub. So yeah, in this way we can just push our code, any code. It can be like, all you need is a proper Docker file, and it will just push the image to our Docker hub. Now the next task would be is pulling the image uh, from the Docker hub and running it in our VPS server. So I already have I've already logged into my VPS server, which I purchased from vpstime.com. You can uh, go from anywhere. You can just buy an AWS EC2, or you can go for DigitalOcean, or that doesn't matter as such. Okay. So it is kind of quite cheaper as such, right? So yeah, that's why I'm using it. So next thing is, if I do ls in here, I already have some scripts with me to deploy my other applications. But what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be creating another script for deploying to my uh, this server, this Go GitHub Docker image to my server. Okay, so let me just do those things. So if I just do cat sh. Okay, so if you see this script, it has these things, right? So it is just gonna be log into my username, and then what it's gonna be doing, it's just gonna be pulling up the image, this thing, right? Whatever the image name that we want to pull, then it has stop the existing container, and then it will just remove anything related to that container you have. Then from the env.txt file, I'm just taking out the credentials that are important to run this Docker image, and then I'm just running it. So similarly, I'm going to be creating another file that would be sudo nano. I'm going to be using nano editor, and I would be calling it github deploy sh. Okay, hold on. So firstly, I will copy these contents. So it will bin as such. So this shebang is very much important. Don't forget to put it. So again, I'm just running this, and yeah, but you don't need this, and username, this thing, right? Okay, so we have to change the this thing, this image name. So the image name in our case is Go GitHub Docker. So that I'm gonna be changing to. So it would be Go GitHub Docker. Next here also I'm gonna be using Go GitHub Docker, and here also in the name section I'm gonna be giving it Go GitHub Docker, and here as well, right? So it would be pulling the latest image of whatever uh, you have pushed, right? So that's how Docker works. So you have the latest tag with you. So you just pull off the latest tag into your server, and you just run the latest image into a container. Okay, so I'm gonna be saving these things. Also, make sure to have this docker.txt file, which actually contains your credential, the username, and so obviously, if you just see, I have the username already given, but this docker.txt actually contains the password of my Docker login, right? So I can't share it, but yeah, I will just push it, like mention its contents in the description section. So yeah, our script is ready. So if I see, so our script is github deploy.sh. So I'm going to be going to my code in here. I will be changing the script to github deploy.sh. Now we need three things to be created. One is this key, and another one is the username of my server. So obviously, like, if you have any other username, by default I am logged in with root. You might be logged in with any other user that you have to put. So let's just go to our settings in here, and let's just create those credentials as well. So in the action section, I'm going to be going to the new repository secret. So it would be the username, that would actually be the server username, in which you want to be deploy your uh, github go github docker image. Next secret we're going to be having is this port. So it would be an SSH port. In my case, it is 22, but it can be a other in your case. So please make sure to put the right. Next thing, this is very important. This key is actually, so we're going to be logging into our server from GitHub Action with the help of this key. So we're not going to be using the password and all. So we're going to be having the criteria of public and a private key. So from here, this is also a pretty good link. From here, you can generate the SSH key pair, which is uh, so all you have to do is so you will get two kinds of key. So once you run this command uh, here, so here let's just I'm gonna be making it 8 as such. Uh, this key is specifically for the GitHub Actions. This particular thing, I will be deleting this key after this video. Now, if you go to cd.ssh folder, so if you are logged in into as a different user, so there is SSH folder already available. Okay, there you can see all the keys that you have created. So now if I type ls command, You will see that you have two keys, 25118 and 25118 dot public. So I will just put the content of this key. Okay, so I would be just doing cat id 18. I would be copying the content of this key, and I would be putting them in my repository secret in here, and I would be giving it a name as key ed2519119, whatever you want to give. So I have just kept this name. You can just name it anything you want, right? So yeah, that's all you need. Now let's just see again if our action works. So I'm again seeing if I have made any changes in here. Okay. So I think so. Let me just again try this. So git add, git commit, um, changes to YAML, and git push to origin. Now let's see, like if I am able to run the this action and just push the image to the Docker hub and simultaneously pull it from the Docker hub and deploy it as a Docker container in my server that I have mentioned. Okay, so I think I have missed this host thing, right? So this host is also very important. I think I missed that. So I just let me just quickly put this host in here. So let me just go to the secrets and the actions. Obviously, we need to have the host, right? So I think I go to exit. So the host is this thing. This is my host. Let's just go to the actions and let's see if that works for us or not. Changes to YML. So it is just still building the Docker image. Okay, so I got some error in here and connection refused. I think maybe because I just entered host lately, right? So that's why. One thing to note down in here, so once you are logged in into your server, if you go to your SSH folder, you will see that authorized keys. So if you just uh, go this thing and you will see that this is the authorized keys that I have with me. Okay, so here you have to mention the all the authorized keys that you have, right? So here I have to mention this particular key. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing, I will just do cat id 18.pub. Okay, I'm going to copy this, and then I will be doing sudo nano uh, would be authorized keys, and I would be mentioning the other key that I have created. I will be saving that up. Please make sure to do this, otherwise you will be not be able to log in the server. Hold on, right click. I think I have. Okay, yeah, I think that kind of works. Okay, so let me just try that again to rerun the job. So rerun jobs, rerun failed jobs. So Is wrapping up the. Okay, so now it has pushed into the Docker hub, and now it is going to be executing the remote SSH command, and I think it worked, but no, something went wrong. Error response from driver failed 80900 failed port is already allocated. Okay, so I think the problem is with the script that I wrote. So I have already something running at that port, so I'm gonna be just changing the port in here. So sudo nano github deploy.sh. So instead of running at port 8090, I will change this port to probably 8080, and we'll be saving that up. And yeah, and let's just rerun it again. So yeah, I think that kind of worked. Okay, so it is just turned into green. So let's see, it works. So let me just go to my server, and let's just uh, see docker ps command. And if I see, I have application running at port 8080, right? So yep, let's just try this off. So I'm going to exit. I'm gonna be doing this, and 8080 if I type it. So yeah, API is working fine. So yeah, we are successfully able to deploy our Docker container, our Golang Docker container, into our VPS server with the help of GitHub Actions. So yeah, that's all. You can modify the code as per your understanding, and yeah, you can. Okay, guys, thank you.